am going to now show you how to do this. So I am on the demo app for the students. I am going to go into the science course, and I just wanted to point out, when you are working in your lessons, I wanted to make sure that you notice that there are two things for each lesson. You can see that there is 2.03 that has a blank page look. That is actually for the lesson that you are going to be working on. And if you'll notice at the end, when you have gone through all of these activities for your lesson, you will notice at the very end of this, you are going to have an activity that you need to do. So here's the lesson summary. We're summarizing, and you're going to have a little self-check review that you need to do. And then on the very last page, they're going to talk to you about your assignment. So it says it's time to show what you know, and you need to complete the activity sheet. Now, I do want to point out that there's always a rubric, or usually there's a rubric involved with that. But the most important thing you need to do is look at the lesson wrap-up and make sure that you do these things, okay? So I want to show you the activity sheet that you're going to be working on. So all you need to do is click on the activity sheet, and here it is. It will open it in a new window for you. This is called Lesson 2.03, The Sun and Other Stars. And so it's just an activity sheet. Now, it's not editable on this screen. This is where you are going to need to put it in your Google Drive and get it over into Notability. So we are going to take this and put it directly into Notability, and I'm going to send you another video attached with this one that will allow Notability to back things up in your Google Drive automatically. So you won't need to put it in your Google Drive account. When you put it in Notability, it'll automatically do that for you. So you can see up in the top right hand corner, there is a little square with a arrow. So you are going to click the square with the arrow that is in the top right hand corner, and that is going to open up a menu. You are going to move this menu until you find Notability, which is the pencil looking app, and click on that. And it's going to send this document to the Notability app. So you want to click on Create New Note, and you can retitle this if you want. So you might retitle it the lesson number. So I might erase this here and put the lesson number that it is, just to help me remember that it's lesson 2.03. That way when I'm looking for it later, I will know which one it is, and it's retitled it for me. So now I'm going to import that and click Done. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to get out of this app, and I need to find the Notability app on my iPad. So if you don't have it open, you might need to go to your home screen and look for it. It's just a little, the pencil. So click on that and open it up, and you can see that now it is in my list of things in Notability. The Sun and Other Stars, Lesson 2.03, is listed right there at the top. So I am going to click on it to open it in Notability. And now you have a PDF document in Notability that you can edit. And you can do a couple of different things in Notability. Some students might want to type, so you can click the text box option, and you can make text boxes. and you can just type in there. If you want to make a text box, you can just delete that. You can also draw. So if I wanted to write my name with my finger, and I would suggest if you have a stylus, it works a whole lot better. So if you have a stylus, you could use that. I don't have a stylus here with me today because I don't use my iPad very often to write on, but that would be my suggestion if you want to edit these on your iPad. That would be the best thing. Okay, so when you are all finished with this, it is going to be in your Notability. Okay, so now you want to go to that square where the arrow is again, because you are ready to send it somewhere else, and you are going to send it to your Google Drive. Okay, and go ahead and send, because we want to make sure it goes into our Google Drive. And now, if you go to your Google Drive account, find that in there. And actually, I'm going to do a quick search and do PDFs to make it a little faster. And there's my lesson. So that's just a way to make it a little bit quicker to find PDFs, is to just go to the search and find PDFs. So then, if you want to look at it, you can. And there's my edited PDF. Okay, so we are all set with it. I just always like to check and make sure that it's in my Google Drive. So now I'm all done there. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to my account where I was. I can close this one out because I'm done with it. And now I'm going to go back and get ready to submit that document. So now I need to go down and I need to click on the tab that's underneath the second 2.03. So I need to click on this one, and this is where you submit your documents. Okay, so you can add a comment if you want. Maybe you can say, if you messed something up, you can say, I messed an area up, or I had to do this twice, or whatever you want to say in your comment. But now I'm going to add my document. So I'm going to put the plus button, and I'm going to pick Choose Google Document, and it's going to open up my Google Drive. You want to always go ahead and allow pop-ups. As you can see that this is a trouble. I'm glad this happened, because now I can show you how to fix this. You want to go out of here and go into your settings, and you're going to find Safari, and you're going to scroll down, and you need to make sure that your block pop-ups is off. Okay, and once that is off, it should be fixed. Now we can go back. All right, now we are finished with making that fix in the settings, and now I am ready to submit my work. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the button. I am going to click on Choose Google Document. And this is going to allow me to go ahead and do the pop-up window. It's going to prompt me to sign in to my Google account. If you're in Google Chrome, it possibly might not require you to do that. I am going to go ahead and do a quick search so I can find it a little bit easier. I'll just do a little scroll. Oh, it's right there. I'm going to select it. And now you can see that it has populated into my screen there. If it's not the right one, always double check that it's the right one. Match the lesson name with the lesson name that you have on your screen there. And then I have already submitted this one time, just practicing before I videotaped it. So you can see that I'm going to actually be resubmitting my work. But this button normally says down at the bottom here, very bottom of my screen, normally says submit your work. But if something happens and you submit the wrong thing, you can always delete that with the trash can that's there underneath the Google document that you submitted there, and you can just delete it, and then you can go again with the plus button, and then you can just resubmit your work. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then you can see that it says you have successfully submitted this assignment. And if I were to go back into the menu, you can see that I am done. I have my green check mark. Okay, so that is how you submit documents. I'm going to go ahead and show you right quick on this video also how to make sure that you have the Notability settings correct in that app so that it's going directly to Google Drive. So you will want to go back to your Notability app, and down in the very bottom left-hand corner is a little gear that is the actual settings. So you want to go ahead and click on that gear. The very first thing that is listed in the settings is the auto backup. So you want to click on that, and then just make sure that you click on Google Drive. Okay, once you click on Google Drive, then you can go ahead and close it, and then it is all set and ready to go into Google Drive. So whenever you are in Notability, it's always going to back up in Google Drive. And then also remember, you can use that share button in the corner when you are ready to send it to Google Drive. You can do that. I'm going to go ahead and go back in there and turn it on. Make sure that it's on. Okay, select that, remember, and then you can share from your actual screen, and you can select Google Drive to go that way too, but it always just makes sure that it backs up there. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will be sure to try to help you with those. But I hope this has been helpful for you today.